Hello everyone. There's been a question on the forums about how to get this kind of weld, as you can see, where it doesn't show at all and you can keep the shape and you get very little warping. Now, obviously, there's guys that are better with MIG and guys that are better with TIG. I'm doing this with a MIG. It took me about a day to do that whole side, and it's probably going to take me most of the day to do this one as well. Let me shut this light off. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to drill holes through your old fender, not the new piece. First, you're going to place the piece, make sure that everything fits, then drill holes on your marked spots where you're going to drill. And then you're going to tack. Why are we doing that? So that the top piece is bound only to the body. The hole is going to keep you from welding onto the original piece from underneath, which we're going to cut out. So you drill your hole, you make your tacks, right? Then you cut the piece out from under it. It's going to be easier because the piece is going to be only holding on to these sections and not where the hole you drilled and the tack you put on. So once you cut the bottom piece off, you'll end up with something like this. Then you grind down your spot welds, make sure that they're all nice and flat, and then you hammer and dolly these pieces so that the height of them is absolutely the same. Okay? Now, I have this little tool that I made so that I can get in here and tweak either to the left or to the right, to right there on the spot, to get the pieces to be nice and flush. After that, you begin your welding from the center to the piece. Center to the piece, you do your first run all the way across, and then your second run should finish it all up. Don't let it overheat or you're going to warp it still. This is very thin material, especially on Porsche, Alfa Romeo, Fiat, Lancia, anything in European, except for Mercedes, which uses a lot thicker metal. Then, once you have it all welded in, you will grind off your weld and then carefully begin to, I usually use something like this to grind off the weld and then finalize with a very fine 80 to 120 small size. Another trick is also to keep this edge nice and sharp, and what I do is that I keep a couple of the grinding stones and then I spin this and put this against it to keep that edge nice and sharp, and then you can do your fine grinding so that everything is nice and smooth. Once you have this done, then you weld. Okay? I wish you guys the best of luck. It takes a while to get it done, but you do end up with your welds looking like this, nice and clean and nothing to show. And that's what we want, because you don't want to grind any of the material, either the base material or the new piece, down so that they crack. So this way you keep that, and on the bottom you may clean up a little bit, but leave a little bit of the weld, because that's going to hold the piece together better. I also put a layer of 8115 on the back all the way around, so that keeps the whole piece nice and bound, and it takes some more of the punishment when it flexes so that it doesn't crack in any place. Okay? Best of luck.